When Paul, Triple H, Levesque officially stepped into the role of WWE's head of creative, fans all over the world were excited. After years of Vince McMahon's booking style, many believed that Triple H's vision would give WWE a fresh identity. For a while, the optimism felt justified, matches became longer, storytelling deeper, and new faces received opportunities. However, as time has passed, certain flaws and questionable decisions have started to creep in. While Triple H has certainly delivered memorable storylines and matchups, he has also made errors that continue to haunt the current WWE product. These booking mistakes not only frustrate fans but also risk damaging the long-term momentum WWE has built since he took charge. In this article, we will break down 6 booking mistakes that are haunting the Triple H era, analyzing why they happened, how fans reacted, and what WWE can do to avoid repeating them. 1. Over-reliance on part-time stars. One of the most common complaints in the Triple H era has been the reliance on part-time legends and returning superstars. While surprise appearances by stars like The Rock, Brock Lesnar, or even John Cena are always exciting, they often come at the cost of overshadowing full-time talent. For example, WrestleMania season under Triple H has repeatedly leaned on nostalgia to drive ticket sales. While this strategy works financially, it slows the progress of younger stars who need the spotlight to grow into household names. Instead of elevating fresh talent, WWE risks creating a cycle where legends dominate the main event scene, leaving rising stars stuck in the mid-card. Why it haunts the era? Fans wanted change. They expected new heroes to be built. Relying too much on part-timers makes the product feel like a repeat of the past, instead of something fresh and exciting. 2. Inconsistent pushes. Traffic lights. Another major flaw has been the start and stop pushes of promising wrestlers. Triple H has often given stars a short-term push only to pull back without explanation. Take the case of LA Knight. His charisma and connection with fans skyrocketed, making him one of the most popular acts on the roster. While Triple H eventually gave him strong wins, his momentum was stalled multiple times with losses that felt unnecessary. The same goes for stars like Shayna Baszler, Ricochet, and even Shinsuke Nakamura, who never seemed to get consistent storylines. Why it haunts the era? Wrestling fans invest in characters. When a superstar gets hot, WWE needs to capitalize on it. Failing to maintain consistent momentum leaves fans frustrated and diminishes trust in the creative direction. 3. Dragging out storylines for too long. Hourglass. Long-term storytelling is one of Triple H's biggest strengths. However, there's a fine line between building anticipation and dragging things out until fans lose interest. The Bloodline saga, while legendary in many ways, has shown signs of fatigue. The constant betrayals, family disputes, and slow pacing have at times tested fans' patience. Other storylines, like Cody Rhodes' journey to finish his story, have also been stretched so far that the emotional payoff risks becoming weaker. Why it haunts the era? Wrestling thrives on momentum. When stories move too slowly, fans begin to tune out. The excitement and investment fade, making even big payoffs feel underwhelming. 4. Underutilizing the women's division. Woman singer. One of the biggest promises of Triple H's era was revitalizing women's wrestling, something he had successfully done in NXT. However, the main roster women's division has suffered from inconsistent booking, lack of meaningful feuds, and repetitive matchups. For example, while stars like Rhea Ripley and Io Sky have shined, the rest of the women's roster often feels neglected. Talents like Candice LeRae, Piper Niven, and even Natalya rarely get long-term storylines. Meanwhile, Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch are frequently recycled into the spotlight, leaving fans craving variety. Why it haunts the era? WWE has one of the strongest women's rosters in the world, yet only a few are truly showcased. This not only limits opportunities but also wastes potential star power. 5. Overbooking major matches. Face mask. Triple H often leans on overbooking during high-profile matches, with interference, distractions, and multiple finishes becoming common. While dramatic endings can create shock value, overusing them reduces their impact. Fans have noticed this particularly in matches involving the Judgment Day or the Bloodline, where outside interference has become predictable. Instead of elevating stars with clean, decisive victories, WWE often goes for complicated finishes that confuse or frustrate viewers. Why it haunts the era? Wrestling fans want big matches to feel definitive. Overbooking robs superstars of credibility and leaves fans unsatisfied with outcomes. 6. Struggling to create new megastars. Glowing star. Perhaps the biggest criticism of the Triple H era is the failure to build the next generation of megastars. WWE has strong wrestlers with potential, Carmelo Hayes, Braun Breaker, and Tiffany Stratton, but few have been elevated to the level of Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, or Becky Lynch. Instead, WWE often falls back on already established names. This short-term safety blanket slows the company's ability to secure long-term success. Unless Triple H takes bold risks and commits to building new icons, WWE risks facing a star power gap in the near future. Why it haunts the era: every generation needs its breakout stars. Without them, the future of WWE becomes uncertain, no matter how strong the present roster looks. Conclusion: the Triple H era is far from a failure. In many ways, it has delivered fresh energy and a much-needed creative boost. However, these 6 booking mistakes, reliance on part-timers, inconsistent pushes, dragging out storylines, underutilizing women, overbooking matches, and struggling to create new megastars, continue to hold WWE back from reaching its full potential. If Triple H can learn from these missteps and adjust his creative strategy, WWE could usher in a new golden age of wrestling. The foundation is already there: strong talent, global fan interest, and fresh ideas. Now it's about execution. The fans have spoken, and the message is clear: they want consistency, bold storytelling, and opportunities for fresh stars to shine. Triple H still has the chance to deliver that vision and make his era one remembered not for its mistakes, but for its triumphs.